So I wasn't planning to be a chemical engineer or to opt chemical. I just got placed for vocational internship. One of my friend actually had helped us to get an internship.
So let's move on to the placement. You got placed in the Reliance. So from when you are started your preparation and how?
So I wasn't able to. So after few companies, like after PhonePe and ZS, person to person. But what I think is,
Hello and namaste everyone. This is Kuldeep Verma and you are watching KD Content. Today we have Aral Bhagat. He is from chemical engineering and he got placed in the Reliance. He also got one offer from OffCampus, that is in Amazon. So let's talk with Aral and gain some insights that how she prepared for the Reliance as well as for the Amazon. So Aral, first of all, I would like to thank you for coming in this podcast.
Arey, thank you for having me here. So hello. Um,
So Aral, please introduce yourself, from where you are
so I
and
okay. So hello, myself Aral Bhagat. I'm from Maharashtra, Nagpur, and currently I'm in chemical engineering for final semester. That's it about me.
so first let's start your journey with the beginning, why you select the engineering field first of all, and why you select the NIT Raipur.
So basically, I initially wanted to go for medical. Then my father actually wanted me to be an engineer. So I was preparing for JEE. Then I got placed over here with matlab, as usual procedure ke through. So I wasn't planning to be a chemical engineer or to opt chemical. I just got placed over here. So then I joined the college. That's how I am in engineering. I wasn't actually planning to be an engineer. I was planning to be a doctor, but it didn't work out. So
Initially, you want to become a doctor to serve the nation.
yeah, yeah. My family actually, everybody in my family are doctors. So I wanted to, be a part of my own family, but I didn't.
Yeah. So
Uh,
when you come to college, like initially we are in the lockdown period, so in the first year we are not in the college. So, but what
yeah.
are in the clubs and committees you are, and how it will help in your placement?
So basically, I was part of NSS in my initial years for like 3 semester. I was part of NSS, and then I after joining the college when we were physically in college, I left NSS. So it helped me to know a lot. Like I was not actively participating, but I used to know a lot of people. I'm not really good with people, so I got a lot of exposure with people. I got to know how people interact, and that made me really vocal about myself because I'm not really a good communicator, I would say. But by being a part of the clubs and committee, it gave me a good exposure of people and how to interact and how things happen. So I think that is very nice. Initially, I was only the part of NSS and have given few interviews for other clubs as well. Um, then after joining college, I was initially part of like no other group clubs. So, but in third year, I guess I have joined technocracy, and that gave me a ample of experience for in case of working as well as interacting. I would say I was part of PR domain, so I got to experience what exactly a club and committee does in third year. Initially, I wasn't really active, so.
Like we say that by joining the clubs and committees, you know that how to talk with the people, how to deal with the people. These are the experience you gain.
Yeah, I think that is really important because at the end of the day, we have to interact with people more and more, and we have to, communicate. Because I don't think other than communication, anything can build up personality. Your personality get changed. You get to understand people. You get to have new experience that adds up, and it's a part of learning and growing. So I think interaction is important.
Yeah. So after this, like when you are in the third year of your college, so there are so many internship that we have to do, like summer internship, vocational internship. So in your college days, in which companies you do your internship?
So for vocational internship, one of my friend actually had helped us to get an internship in, I think, Ultratech in Mayar. Then with the help of our faculties, I was able to get my internship in Gale, Vadodara, for like summer internship during our third year. I think all of us were having compensation for internships. After that, I also have like applied for many other internships available in other IITs and NITs, and I was also part of web dev seminar or internship, I would say. It was a 5 month internship that held for like 5 months in NIT Trichy under a professor, so I get to learn over there as well. So that was also an experience I had. Other than that, I have also tried for many other virtual internships. So there are few platforms that helps us to have an experience of how virtual internships are like. They give us a scenario there where we are working on an hypothetical hypothetical situation with hypothetical clients under a reputed company's name, and we get certified on the basis of our performance in that as well. So I have done in virtual internship in few of the few of the companies like Accenture. So that is all I have been through. Other than that, I have also applied for a lot of companies but did not get selected. So yeah, that was
So
my
like
experience.
you said you've done your internship for 5 months. So what is the period of that internship? Like in the fourth year, or what is the kind?
No. It was after our third year summer internship. I have it was from March in our third year till
Okay.
I think August to September I guess. So March, June, July, August, September. It was a 5 month period. So we were working on like a particular problem. They were teaching us as well as we were working on a problem also, and that is how the things were in during that 5 months. And it was basically like an online internship where we have a few classes where they used to teach us how to do a particular thing, how to work on a project, and we were divided into different groups. So we
Okay.
have few peoples from different colleges as well.
Okay.
So it was a nice experience to learn.
Yeah. So like for the core internship, you said you just talk with the professor or you have to talk with your friends, then you got internship. But for this type of internship, like a web development, then virtual assistance like that of internship, have you
Uh,
applied for
so
this?
basically,
Yeah.
basically, we have a lot of connections when we can actually approach a lot of professors through LinkedIn. We can find them, or we might be knowing through our other professors. There are professors who are friends of other professors, so we get to know that a particular internship has been held under a particular name, or your friends might be in different college. For me, my brother studies in NIT Trichy, so
Okay.
he told me about an internship. So I applied for it. We had like an interview of around, I think there were two interviews. One was interview where he checked my basic knowledge on a particular theme, and in the second interview it was basically like behavioral questions, like how I am with a team, uh, how good person are you. It was very basic. It was like all about how what kind of personality do you carry, and on the
Like HR
basis of
question.
that, they, for example, like they'll give you situation based questions. So what,
Okay.
how are you gonna react in a particular situation is the question. So basically on the basis of that, I have got the internship. But you can get this information through your friends or professors, or by directly approaching the particular professor. So you can get this opportunities, or they can also tell you about a opportunity that is open under any other professor in their particular institute. So
Okay.
yeah, you can approach people.
I think you have a lot of experience in the internship, like in the core and the
Nah,
non-core in the internship.
nah, it's not that.
Okay. So let's move on to the placement. Like you got placed in the Reliance. So from when you are started your preparation? And how was your preparation,
Um,
timing, and duration?
so basically, initially I wasn't trying for any core companies. I wanted to get placed in non-core as every one of us. So I tried from the very first company, that was PhonePe, and I got rejected. I was very depressed. So till the very end, I was in a position where I had no placement, nothing in my hand. I only had an internship of Amazon, but I wasn't able to join it because I didn't have placement. Otherwise, I have to back off from the placements. So I decided that I need to get a placement in order to join this internship, as well as it is secure. You should always have a backup, is what I thought. I wasn't ready to take a risk. So then I started my like preparation for particularly Reliance, I would say. Reliance was like the first non-core company, the core company I've tried. So I got to know that I think we got the information around 15 days back, right? That Reliance is going to visit us. So I started preparation from 15 days back. So my friends helped me a lot by giving me like sample questions that are most frequently asked questions. So I had PDFs of seniors helped me. A lot of my seniors also were ready to take mock tests, like mock interviews, like how questions are there. And also I have basically prepared for my um, semester long project, and on my internship in Gale, because that was the two major things that they could ask questions on. And I have also prepared two subjects, because everybody we were asked what are our favorite subjects and all. So I have prepared two subjects that I could actually learn for 15 days, and that also I have covered the major topics like heat exchangers. And then I haven't choose thermodynamics because I am still very confused with it. So basically I have only studied the important topics and important questions. I haven't covered the whole syllabus because I didn't have time and it was not possible for me. So 15 days back I started it.
Okay, so in the interview, first there will be of apti round like a OT, OA we say, and after that there will be interview. So in the
Yeah.
interview, how many rounds are there in the interview, and what are the questions are asked in the interview?
So basically there were two interviews. One was the technical interview and other was the HR. So in technical interview, they basically were focusing on my semester long project as well as my internship in Gale and what we have worked. And basically, we were working on the efficiency of heat exchangers. So all of my questions were related to heat exchanger. And then there was a situational question about like energy and release of energy and day to day life, how we can relate chemical engineering to our
Hmm.
day to day. These were the basic questions they were asking me in the technical round. And then in the HR, they asked me about why do I want to join Reliance? Why do I want to be a part of Reliance? What are the changes that I can bring to Reliance? And what else I know about their future plans and other things? So basically, what we have was like in the starting, in the online before the online exam, we have to fill a form for Reliance. So in that form there were few questions they asked us ki what are the future plans of particularly Reliance and stuff. So I have studied those. So I just like told them what exactly Reliance is planning and how I can help. So their questions were very tricky in HR, like if we are planning to have more AIs and more machines in the future, why do we need to hire chemical engineers? How are they going to bring change to us? How are they effective to us? How, as a person, can you contribute? Were their basic questions. And other than that, there were like behavioral questions like I think that is like the HR questions that they ask you, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What will you do and stuff? So that was the main questions.
Yeah, I think this much question is sufficient for the viewer. Like
Yeah,
I think these are
I
all the
guess.
questions which are mostly asked in the interview. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about your off-campus placement. How you
Okay.
got that and how you prepare for that.
So as I told you, I was planning to get in non-core placement, so I wasn't able to. So after few companies, like after PhonePe and ZS, I was very sure that I'm not gonna get placed. So I started searching for off-campus internships, so that at the end of the day, at least I should have something in my hand. So I have applied for a lot of internships and job in different job portals and from the particular company's site. So for Amazon, I actually had joined a newsletter. We do have a newsletter for Amazon in Amazon job portal. So whenever there is a vacancy, they send an email to you that we do have a vacancies particular skill and these are the qualification. If you want to apply, you can. So when you give your information and whatever the requirement is there, so there is an algorithm. They send you a particularly job description of your own domain or whatever your qualification
Wow.
is. So I got this for an this is also a non-technical internship which I am working on right now. So I got a mail, so I just tried my luck and I just applied for it. And for that we had like a whole Q&A session, like a whole questioning and answering, and then I have to submit my resume. So
Yes.
it is in management. It's an operational manager's internship right now. What I am doing. So for that we were given a few like requirements, what are the questions, what are the expectations from us. So I basically read all of those and I googled it, and I got some frequently asked questions that are for like an ops manager interns. So I practiced those, as well as there were few terminologies or few um, things that they want us to study. They have given us like what are the key responsibilities, key factors we need to. So I studied those, and that's all how my technical got covered. After was the HR round, and basically for the online exam, so there were mostly behavioral questions. There were situation based questions, there were email based questions like how are we gonna respond, and there were time management questions. So we had like 5 to 6 sections in this exam. So this exam was had a time window of 24 hours.
Okay.
So for 24 hours, we can give exam in any time, but not like it won't be open for 24 hours. So basically, we can enter once, and between the 24-hour window range, we can give the exam.
You have a
So
particular slot for this.
there were 5 sections. So in the first section, you were given a scenario that you are a particular manager and this is particular situation. So how are you gonna manage your time according? They were given few tasks. Like there were list of tasks, there were list of responsibilities, and there were the time that you have to give a particular task. And there was also an overall, like if you are working for 8 hours, how are you going to prioritize this? So first was the time management section. For that we have 12 questions, I guess. The next one was the situation based questions, like in a particular situation how are you going to respond. So we have like 10 questions on that. Key in this particular situation, if like basically this whole thing is related to supply chain. So basically in a supply chain, how you are gonna respond if particular situation arises were the questions. And next was the email based questions, and then there were again behavioral questions like what do you think. There were two options, like in a situation, for example, as a manager, how are you going to respond to when a teammate asks you for help and you are already given a task that you have not completed? So what are you going to do? There were two options, like I would like to help, I would like to firstly prioritize my work or something. Then we have to choose between them. So there was this section, and then at the end of the day there were subjective questions, like how do you see yourself in 15 years, what are your like strengths and responsibilities. We have to write it down. It was purely subjective. So these were the sections. And then there was like after this we got our results around in 3 days, I guess. We got our results and we were scheduled within like a PPT round and then our interviews. So we had two interviews. One was technical interview, in which basically we had to learn about the key factors that they have involved, like 4Ms. We need to know what are the 4Ms, what are the Kaizen mechanisms, unke, the Amazon leadership principles, basic supply chain questions were there, and basically situation based questions were there. And in the HR, basically HR questions, like as usual, whatever the HR questions are. So this was how I got to know. So my two interviews, which was technical and HR, was held on the same day, around in a gap of 2 hours,
Okay.
and I got the result the next day itself.
Okay. The process is so fast, so that it's
Yeah,
good.
it was very fast.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, like currently you are working in the Amazon, and uh,
Yeah.
the next question is that there are some people who got an offer to work for a 6 month in its
Mm.
eighth semester, but they think
Right.
that they are confused that should he or she will be go for that internship or she will study like in the eighth semester in the college. So, what do you
Uh,
think about this?
what I think is it is up to everyone. Like everyone can have their own like choice, whatever they want to, according to them. Like there are few people who are not planning to study further. Like for us also, we did not get our first year, our second year in college. So most of us wanted to spend more time in college. But as I actually further want to study more, so I'll get this chance again where I can enjoy my college life. But for a lot of people, they won't be getting this. So it is very important to prioritize what exactly you want to do. For me, this was a very big opportunity and do not want it to regret in future. So due to that, I think I have chose to come here. But there are few people who might have regretted joining here. That might be the case. It is
Yeah,
person to person, but what I think is if you get an opportunity, you should grab it,
yeah,
because there are a lot of people who are not getting this opportunity or any kind of opportunities. So every time you get an opportunity, please try to grab it as fast as possible, because opportunities is never going to wait for you, and at the end of the day, you are going to regret it sometime in the future.
yeah. But my next question is that when you are in the college life and now you are in the working
Hmm.
professional, so which life you think best life or best days?
Obviously, college was like better, I would say.
Yeah,
Definitely, because over here we have to actually. I think that might be the case because this is very new for me. I
yeah,
have never thought I'll be in management to begin with. Secondly, this is like kind of everybody around me. None of them are of my age. They are like way too experienced for me.
yeah,
People working with me right now for the position I am an intern. They are working for 10 years, 5 years. Some are working for 7 years. So they are quite experienced. So they know how the work is going on. For me, it's very new, so I have to give a lot more time than them to understand things. So I am like currently very stressed. And when I was in college, I was like with my friends and I used to enjoy. I never
feel
used
great.
to even care. So it was nice. I think college was better.
Yeah. So I think you have to share your lots of experience, which will help a lot of people for joining in this reputed company. You share something like one or two line of experience to the people.
And every time, whatever you want to try, you should just go out and try, because if you won't try, you won't get the opportunity. There are a lot of people who are better than you, obviously, but they're not trying. So you should go and try, because there are a lot of things also you need to research before trying. So you should give more priority to researching than like trying anything. You should research and then try. It will be more beneficial, is what I think. So
So
that's it.
once again, so once again, thank you, Aral, for coming and sharing your experience.